New adventures, new discoveries. And when we talk about adventures, it will be a day, how should I say, full of adrenaline and fear. Today we are taking you to the Verdon Gorges for a hike on the Imbud Trail, and in the second part for a water activity on Lake Sainte Croix. When we searched for the most beautiful hike in Verdon, we found this, and this. But we didn't see this, and this, and this. A hike suitable for children from 9 years old. Well. It's true that I'm totally discomfortable with heights. Darn vertigo. Her? Not at all, but she was still scared. At one point, we were even wondering if we would be able to return to the top, since it was impossible to turn back and take the same way, as you will see in this episode. Let's get started. Verdon Gorges is located in the north of Provence. It's the largest canyon in Europe and offers breathtaking landscapes, as we can already see from the road. It's also the ideal place for family swimming or whitewater sports. We arrive at the beginning of the hiking trail and make a quick stop at the Auberge des Cavaliers to quench our thirst. It should be noted that the Verdon River originates at an altitude of 2,819 meters at the Col d'Alos and joins the Durance River at Vinon-sur-Verdon. Its total length is 175 kilometers. But the most sensational thing is the height of the cliffs, ranging from 250 to 700 meters, with the width ranging from 6 to 100 meters at the base and 200 to 1,500 meters at the top of the gorge. And when we talk about sensational, it may not look like it, but from the start it's already quite steep. I'm thrilled, and my vertigo even more so, but so far, so good. The trail descends at first along the edge of the Verdon River with a 340-meter elevation drop and then follows the river. We venture into the vegetation and after about 45 minutes walking, or we should say climbing, we have finally reached the bottom of the canyon. I could swore that I was winning, kinda had a feeling. Last thing I remember, I was drinking till the moon shine. And we can say that we are rewarded for our unsteady steps. The landscapes are absolutely spectacular and we catch a glimpse of the Estrelier footbridge. It's time for a pause. The Imbud Trail continues. The place was perfect for a well-deserved lunch break. We continue our hike and are excited to discover the rest of the landscapes. We can definitely say that the Imbud Trail is one of the most beautiful hiking trails in Verdon. It offers spectacular views. In July-August, avoid Tuesdays and Fridays, which are the days when water is released. The water is less clear on those days, and it's particularly advised against taking a swim as the water can rise very quickly. We encounter two young climbers, disappear into the woods, and suddenly we hear the word "rock" in the distance. And a few seconds later, indeed, a large rock the size of a football comes rolling down the cliff. and luckily misses us, but it was close. The hike is off to an eventful start. The path continues between forest and rocks. We discover the juniper tree of the Imbut Trail, which is between 2,000 and 3,000 years old. Magnificent! We will soon arrive at the Passage of Styx, which is just before the ascent of the Vidal Trail. But before that, we take a break in a place that we find magical. The name Styx comes from Greek mythology and signifies one of the rivers leading to the underworld. The Styx is a magnificent canyon within the Grand Canyon, which will indeed take us to hell soon. But for now, we are still in paradise. The river, which has been fairly calm so far, becomes more and more turbulent and noisy. In short, it's now time to resume our walk. The passage is well equipped, but we still need to be careful as one can fall several meters. We head towards the Vidal Trail and encounter hikers taking a break under the sun. Note that the sun is present until around 3:30 p.m. My fear of heights is back. It has decided not to leave me anymore. And to be honest, I could have done without it. So far so good, but it won't last. We are soon approaching the Vidal Trail. We take a path carved by the strength of man, the Moguet Passage, or Batford, with thought being a place where one can cross a river on foot, and this one was named Batford. One wonders why. Between the Styx and this, these nicknames should have alerted us. Anyway, on this point we are left with two choices: 3 hours to return the way we came, or 1 hour on this trail. And of course, we made the wrong decision, thinking it wouldn't be that bad and that it would be save us 2 hours of hiking, and thus have 2 more hours on our paddle boards at Lake Sainte-Croix. And this is where it gets tricky. The toughest part of the day is coming up. The start of the Vidal Trail is very impressive. It was originally a rescue route for walkers. Carved directly into the vertical rock face, it's really narrow and about 40 meters high. The path clings to the cliffside and is secured by a handrail. Once we conquer the wall, the trail continues very steep. Even though it's equipped with handrails, it's not the most enjoyable moment for those who are afraid of heights. So we proceed slowly at our own pace. Each step takes us higher. There are few images of the ascent. It wasn't the time to film, but rather the time to focus of not falling. We have no desire to stop as everything is extremely steep and we have to hold on to anything we can. And it seems like the path hasn't been used in a long time, as hundreds of caterpillars hang from the trees. And it's completely impossible to turn back as it would be too dangerous. We are trapped. We must continue and we pass by a cave. Here, the trail is poorly marked and we struggle to find the right direction. After an hour of sheer terror, we take a cabled passage for the final part of the route. We are now almost at the top, and we have one last ladder to climb. Thanks to the adrenaline that allowed us to succeed this spectacular and terrifying ascent. And we won't hide from you that we arrived to the top with monumental joy. With that foolish feeling, knowing that we had narrowly escaped a potential deadly fall with every step. Our legs are still trembling. But all of that is in the past, and we are now walking along the road to enjoy more breathtaking views of the canyon. From there, we spot a climber in the distance who seems to be opening a new route. Courageous. Happy with this awesome but really challenging hike, we now arrive at the splendid Lake Sainte-Croix, which is the third largest lake in France. The arrival at this lake is always an extraordinary moment with breathtaking landscapes, a sense of freedom it provides, and its unique charm. We prepare our paddle boards to go relax on the lake. The project to flood the valley of Les Salles by creating a lake on the Verdon River dates back to 1908, and its initiator was Georges Clemenceau. It was only in 1968 that Électricité de France decided to implement the project. Initially, the lake was supposed to engulf the villages of Les Salles-sur-Verdon and Bauduan, making Sainte-Croix-du-Verdon uninhabitable. The artificial lake was finally created in 1973 following the construction of the Sainte-Croix Dam. The villages of Sainte-Croix and Bauduan were ultimately saved, while Les Salles-sur-Verdon was rebuilt on the shores of the lake, away from the water. The lake covers an area of 22 kilometers, 10 kilometers long and 2 kilometers wide, and is an immense reservoir of turquoise water. The dam, built at the entrance of the gorge near Bodinard, holds 760 million cubic meters of water and generates over 150 million kilowatts per day, providing electricity to nearby cities. It's also a major tourist attraction and offers a privileged space for swimming and water sport. It serves as a refilling point for Canadair airplanes as well. As usual, whenever we have the opportunity, we wait for the sunset. This time, it will be in this paradisiacal place, where we are even fortunate enough to see a chamois. And that's how we end our day in the Verdon. See you soon for new discoveries.